What on guys, Commander, and welcome to a new video about Halo Infinite. Now, last episode we did a video on the things that I want to see in Halo Infinite, and this time we're going over the things that I don't want to see in Halo Infinite. So, the first one that I want to start off with is Cortana turning back to the good, or the good side, back to the UNSC side. Now, I felt this way since Halo 5 Guardians and when that came out, because in my opinion, when characters die, they should stay dead. Because if they die in a really emotional way like Cortana did in Halo 4, when Halo 5 comes out and says that Cortana had survived and is, like, not evil, Cortana survived but is evil, then all emotional ties to the scene where she died in Halo 4 is just immediately gone, because they're like, oh, well, Cortana survives anyway, so it doesn't really matter. In my personal opinion, to keep the emotion in characters' deaths, you need to keep them dead. Like, Star Wars does this, well, apparently it does this very well, which is why I'm actually, like, I don't want to see Palpatine in the flesh, if that makes sense, in Rise of Skywalker, because this is what irritates me about Force Ghosts in Star Wars, because when they die, Force Ghost is just basically a way of saying they basically can come back to life in just like a halfway possible. I don't feel any emotion at any character's death that then gets revived about two minutes later, and it's the same with Halo Infinite. I understand now. If when Halo Infinite comes out, it says that we're fighting an evil version of Cortana, so an evil iteration of the rampant Cortana that we see in Halo 4, and then it says that she's destroyed the good version of Cortana, then that'll satisfy me, because then Cortana has technically still died, but half of her, like, the bad side of her has sort of lived on, but that's the one we need to kill anyway, so that I will be slightly satisfied about. But if we see the rampant Cortana, the evil Cortana, turn back to good, that's something I don't want to see, because it's just like, we get into what I call Michael Bay territory here, where they can't keep characters dead, they have to bring them back to life just for fan service. You know, a lot of people would think that, you know, that would be good because, like, it's a massive reveal, oh, Cortana's still alive. But for me, I'm just like, yeah, alright, you know, I can live with the character not dying, but it irritates me, because I'm like, well, I had such emotional connections to that scene where they did die, but now you're saying to me that's meaningless because they survived. So it's a bit weird. But anyway, I feel the same way about that rumor that's going around Halo Infinite about Cortana getting another Cortana model. Now, I know technically it's not Cortana, but it's the same, like, programming and genetics as Cortana. It's made in the same way. It's made using Halsey's DNA. It'd be made with basically the same programming techniques, just a bit more up to date. But it will still be Cortana. Now, again, that's just another way of saying, oh, she's died, oh, let's make another one and bring her back to life. I don't want to see that, you know, because that is technically bringing her back from the dead. Even if it is facing off and trying to fight the other Cortana, the evil Cortana, we're getting this newly built one, and we're going to have that for the next Halo games that come about. You know, I don't want to see that. Like, that would just ruin, you know, it would ruin it to a lesser extent, because that still means that Cortana does die, but we're still replacing it with basically the exact same thing. So, you know, that sort of, like, thing, I don't want to, like, have Cortana come back. And if she does, I want it to be that she does stay dead, that she comes back temporarily to finish off the evil that is, like, the evil Cortana, and then just actually dies completely. I don't want to see her come back, like, 100%. Now, aiming down the sights. Now, this is something I am on the fence on. I'm on the fence about whether I want to see it in Infinite or not. On the one hand, it is a new mechanic, and it makes it easy to aim in the game. And it was a sort of okay done in Halo 5. However, I feel that because of the nature of some of the weapons in Halo, there's a limit to how far you can do the aiming down the sights. For example, the AR, or auto rifle, the, like, assault rifle, that weapon has never really had the ability to zoom in any of the Halo games, from 1 to 4. So if you do zoom, you basically just zoom in on your visor, so, and what's in front of you, so your gun and your HUD and whatnot, would just be, like, overtaken by this overlay of your visor that you basically can zoom in and look at things. And in Halo 5, they aimed down the sights for the AR. It's basically an aim down the side of the AR with a little hologram of your aiming coming up the front. It doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying that it can't work with some guns, like we've seen with the battle rifle and the DMR and the Magnum especially. It does work for quite a lot of the weapons, but unless it's newly created weapons that are made specifically for that game, anything that's taken over from previous games like the the AR or the rocket launcher or stuff like that, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work properly. And if with the AR, if you did actually probably aim down your sights, it will look really weird because it doesn't actually have a sight on it. And you know, I admire 343 for having a go at it and seeing if it would actually work, but it doesn't work enough. Like, some of the guns are so like different to the guns you normally aim down the sights with that it just doesn't work properly. Now, in the Warzone section in the online, you can get modified guns that have like sights on them, and that works quite well because you can actually aim down the sights, but sometimes it just doesn't work properly and it is a bit weird. So in my personal opinion, I'd rather they not do it at all than do it, and some of them don't work. So, you know, it would be good to see it, but I'd rather they left it alone as of all the weapons and work, because all the weapons worked well with the old mechanic. Now, the whole game being focused on the ring is my next thing that I don't want to see in Halo Infinite. Now, this one is pretty far-fetched, and I don't think that 343 would make a game that's taken 5 years to make, and it'll only be on one location. But the reason why I say this is because all we've seen from the past two trailers, and I know the first one was a game engine demo and the other one was a trailer for the game, but all we've seen in the first two trailers so far is the Halo ring. Now, this concerns me because if my prediction from the last video about this game being an open world game, much like Destiny is like, it's very likely, due to how long it would take to make the entire ring accessible to explore and to find missions in, it may be the only location that we have at launch with the campaign. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't expand on this, because like I said before, in the last video, if they did make it an open world game like Destiny, they can add DLC in it to add different planets like Sanghelios, like Earth, like Reach even, you know, the UNSC Infinity and stuff like that. But if that is the case, and that is the way they're going to go, I want to at least see 3 locations in the game. And if it means that they have to cut off parts of the map because they haven't completed it yet, and they'll advance that and build up incoming updates, incoming DLC, so long, I don't mind that, so long as they've got different locations that we can try. Because if it is just one location, I think it'd be very boring very quickly, and that's my worry. You know, and it worries me because if it is, like I said, if it is the case, it will get boring very quickly because we don't know what the online is going to be yet. Now, if we can get and again, in the next 6 or 8 months, we will get like a lot more details on Halo Infinite's online mode and the rest of the story, because come like E3 next year, it will be like 4 months since Halo Infinite is actually meant to be released, so we'll get a full-on like story gameplay trailer like we did before Halo 5 released. But I'm really on the fence, like on whether this is actually going to be what people think it is going to be or not. I don't think it will be, because it's been in 5 years in development, and although Halo 5 caused a lot of controversy, it had lots of different locations. It was very linear, and that really irritated me. But so very all other Halo games. But if this is going to be open world, it does make me think that, you know, it is going to be like a massive explorable location. But how many massive explorable locations can you make in 5 years? And the idea really is not very many, especially if it's going to be like the whole ring that you could, because you can see the whole ring from like an outside view. We've seen in previous Halo games that you can see the entire ring just by flying past it. So you can make an entire ring's worth of explorable environment. But that is going to take a while to create, especially with all the little AIs running around. So if that is, so it may be that is the only location that we get to explore to start off with, and that's where the main campaign is going to be focused on. And that is a bit of a worry. But if now, if that is the case, this game is going to lose a lot of people's interest in the first 6 months, and it is not what we need at the moment. Now, again, like I said at the start, it's a pretty far-fetched thing, and I don't think 343 are that stupid to do that. But it's an issue that I had in my head as soon as the rumor started to go around that it was going to be an open world game. Now, the next thing I don't want to see is better customization. Well, one that I want to see and I don't want to see. But, well, I put this into two because it all goes hand in hand. But I don't want to see the same type of customization, and I don't want to see any microtransactions for the customization. Now, you'll understand why this goes hand in hand in a second, but I've always had the problem with Halo 5 and their microtransactions with their rec packs, because it is basically like a pay-to-win system. You pay money, you open up packs. Yes, you get armor and customization. You get customization like armor, weapon skins, and what have you. But you get power weapons and vehicles as well, and power ups as well. It is a pay-to-win system, and this is something that bothered me because after Battlefield 2 came out and all the microtransactions controversy with all of the like pay-to-win systems and this and that and the other, you know, no DLC. No season passes for Battlefield 2, and then you release it, £60 game, and they got microtransactions in it to get even more money off of it. You know, that game got absolutely battered, and many other games got battered for having pay-to-win systems in them, and games are getting battered now for having that pay-to-win system in them. But for some reason, Halo 5 was never affected by this, and people are still playing the game. Not as much, I'll tell you, but people are still playing the game and buying these rec packs, knowing that it's a system called pay to win, and it is very much a pay to win system. But for some reason, people don't care. But it's more just the case. I don't want microtransactions in a Halo game, because I want to know that I can play the game, rank myself up, get the weapon skins and the armor through playing the game, and I don't have to spend like 100 quid and I can get all the best weapons just straight off the bat within the first 24 hours. That should not be how a game is played. And I had the attitude that when Battlefield 2 came out, that if you don't want to use the microtransactions, don't use them. But it is just the case that it does massively affect gameplay for other people that you've just spent 100 quid on the game in microtransactions to get better weapons. It does show itself in the game very strongly. Now, as far as customization is concerned, like in Halo 5, it's not as bad as it's not the worst thing that I've seen. There are games that I've played there, it is worse than this. Now, not bad, but like ODST, for example, it's not bad, it's just not very good. It could be better, but this game's customization is not very advanced in what you could customize. The only things you can really customize is the chest and arm pieces, the helmet, and the visor. And actually, come to think of it, you don't actually customize your leg pieces, which is a bit weird. Like, I think all the leg pieces in Halo are exactly the same, and feet and like shoes and whatnot. I think it's exactly the same for every single person. And again, this comes 5 years before 343 started making MCC for PC with Reach, which in my opinion has the best and most detailed customization I've ever seen in any video game. And if this isn't motivation to put that type of customization to Halo Infinite, then I don't know what is. And not to lack of customization turns me off a game, but it would just be disappointing to see, because I know that it could do much better than that, because we've seen it in other games, especially games that 343 are making and developing as we speak, and as Halo Infinite is being made at the same time. So, you know, it's not that like I would be disappointed. Well, I would be disappointed if Halo Infinite comes out with the same customization as Halo 5, but it should be better than just like because like the less customization you've got, the more chances you have of people choosing the same armor that you've got and playing with somebody who has got the same basic armor as you do. And because of this, actually, because of how like similar the armor is, very similar in itself anyway, which means you can't actually distinguish yourself from anybody else, which is even more stupid. So that's just my personal opinion on it. But you know, and something else that annoys me, and this is how the this is how the customization and the pay-to-win system go hand in hand, like I mentioned earlier. Having armor customizations locked behind rec systems, where you're playing a lottery as to whether you get good armor or not, is really bad, and it annoys the hell out of me. Now, Battlefront 2, now I thought that Battlefront 2, when they released the customizations for like clone troops and whatnot, I thought it was going to be like Halo 5, and I thought, oh god, this is going to be awful, because I'm not going to get the bloody bits that I want to, when I want. I'm going to have to play the game for so long just to try and get all the customization bits, but it's not. It was the case of like, you could buy the customization, but you had to work for it. And that's what I wish it was in Halo 5. Now, with Halo Reach, what the armor customization was is, as you rank up, you would unlock more and more different armor classes, but you would have to play the game to earn points and like credits to unlock those parts. So it's basically like a two-stage of unlock. Now, personally, the way that you would earn credits was a bit slow. So, personally, in my opinion, I would think just have it unlock, like, thereby unlock of levels. So the more you progress up the ranks, the more armor you unlock. But then thinking about it, it may be the fact that people just grind down, especially double and triple XP weekends. If they do decide to do that, would mean that people are going to go flying up the levels even quicker. So yeah, maybe not, but I just don't like. With Halo Reach's Rex, you've got to, you'd be lucky because the power weapons, base weapons, armor, and skins are all locked behind the same rec system. They're not categorized with different rec packs. They're all locked under the same rec system. So you have to be lucky enough to get armor in that in those packs, and B, you have to be double lucky technically to get something rare out of those packs, which I think is completely stupid and they shouldn't do it. You know, fair enough to have like the weapon, even the weapon skins. Really, there's no for Halo 5. It should not be there. Should be a pay to win rec system in there. And even so, like they say, pay for customization, but the fact that it's still a lottery. Like you basically spend 50 quid on running a lottery machine to try and get the armor that you want, and you don't get it. It's still a lottery machine, and you're still wasting your money trying to get stuff that you want without actually knowing that that's what you're going to get. And I just personally, I don't like it. You know, what I think would be better is do it like Battlefront 2 does. Have your armor sets. You know, even with Halo 5, which don't have much customization, but you've got your helmet, your visor, your chest piece, and your arm plates in armor sets. And then you can pay to unlock the armor set. So let's say 10,000 rec points for one armor set. As you unlock the armor sets, you can mix and match them around. That's how I think it should work, and that'd be so much better. You know, I would take inspiration from Battlefront 2 here a little bit because of how good their customization like unlocks for non-microtransactions works. But I just wish it was something along those lines, and I wish this is going to be the sort of thing that we see in Halo Infinite, because the armor customization is a massive part of individuating yourself out from everybody else that you're playing with. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so that is about what we have time for in this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I did go on a bit of a rant near at the end, but that is just because, like, I feel so passionately about things like this, because it is so, like, this is what I want to see in an ideal world. And it isn't a lot to ask. Like Cortana not, like, being put back to good, aiming down the sights, which I think a lot of people, is a very controversial thing with the game, with Halo 5 anyway. The whole game not being focused on the ring, and no microtransactions, better customization. I don't think I'm asking for a lot there, really. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think I'm asking for an awful lot. So, 343, I don't think you're watching, but if you are watching, please, thank you. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button for more awesome gaming content, or like talking gaming content sort of thing. I will be doing another video, I'll maybe do another video on Halo Infinite soon. I'm not sure what it is going to be about. Well, I do know what it's going to be about, but I don't know how long it's going to take because I still haven't scripted it yet. So keep an eye out for that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that button, hit that subscribe button for more awesome gaming content, and I shall see you all later. Bye!